After, when I was on Mount Shasta, the vision quest was over. One of our group home parents, counselors, had a tubal pregnancy rupture in her fallopian tube, and it took all the adults in our camp to carry her off the meadow, off the mountain, and get her to an emergency room to save her life. And we were there left alone, the girls. Gosh, there was, I think there was 6 or 7 of us, or yeah, thereabouts. Anyways, and I was able to, we were there alone for a few days, and I was able to, that was the cat, my cat, Angel of Death. I was able to calm the girls down, and like I knew how to, where the fresh water for drink, because we didn't have any food or water left, and I knew how to get water in the meadow, like safe drinking water, fast moving water that wasn't full of parasites and all, whatever kind of brew goes on in the water that can make you really sick. And I went hunting for food, not hunting, but like scavenging. And found some wild onions, and we had a packet, a tube of miso paste at camp left, and I made onion soup. And I'm telling you, it was the best thing ever that we ate. And I learned all these things from Jim Backus. And he came into my life when I was 7 and left at about the age of 9. He was removed. Well, I was 10. I think I was 10 when we moved. But anyways, he was he was taken out of my life. So I got to have him for 2 years. He taught me everything about botany, about what plants were edible, about wilderness survival, how to dig a shelter and make shelter and find shelter. Everything he taught me except how to make fire, which is probably good because I was beginning to have a fascination with it. And yeah, on top of that, he taught me how to roller skate, ice skate, ski. Gosh, we went hiking. My favorite place was near Sequoia National Park, and there was this river that had carved its way through all this marble rock that was like, I don't know how rocks work, or lava or volcanoes or any of that, but it seemed like a stream of this marble had just woven its way through the woods, and this stream of water carved its way through it. So it made this natural water slide. And oh gosh, you could sit on your bare bone and just go down the river. Anyways, so oh, he taught me. He had been a competitor in the Olympics in track and field, and so that's the dog. He taught me how to run, and I like the long distance running, and all that. So those were silver linings to my horribly fertile childhood that grew the soul I am today. And let's see. I wanted to talk about that LSD overdose. How that happened was my boyfriend was afraid that he and his buddies were going to get busted. So he asked me to hold that sheet of LSD gels. And after eating the goopy remnants, what was left, and chewing my pants pocket. I have no idea how much I actually ingested. I don't know how much I actually got, but um, yeah, I never lost touch with what was going on. When I was in juvenile detention and my probation officer came and got me out of, sent for me to come see her. What happens when you live in a group home full of girls is when a girl graduates, like, and packs her suitcases and whatever to leave, all the other girls, all the other girls will go through it to make sure that the graduating girl isn't stealing their shit, because this is the kind of girls that these, we would steal each other's stuff. And so they were going through this girl's bags who had graduated and was going home to wherever she was. My fellow sisters found the money bag that had been stolen. It's like one of those bank bags that's like kind of like plastic or something, and it's got the name of the bank on it. Anyways, they found it and turned it in, and that's how I got out of that shit show. Which I learned. I never got locked up again. I learned a lot, and so I have been experiencing times where I am in the present, where I'm just overcome with intense sleepiness, and I'm getting the oh wait, I don't know, the impression. I'm getting the impression that this is purposeful. This is because I've been going to take naps. I'm not a nap taker, and now I'm taking naps. And I'm like about 7 o'clock at night, and I'm thinking, yay, I'm going to go to bed early. No, it's a nap. It turns into a nap. And as soon as I go there, I'm with Bigfoot. And so the last time that I was there, we were in an open field and we were playing. I'm pretty sure that's what we were doing. We were playing some kind of game. And also my body, when I woke up from that, my body hurt. And almost like I had been playing football with Bigfoot, like tackle football. And so I kind of wonder if this is Sunny playing make believe with me, and we are out there in that field of that property that I have been having visions at. I've been seeing the things that are going to be there, and I'm like, Sunny, and talking to Sunny, and also in prayers, like both God and Sunny have asked me to play make believe, like fun make believe, and they tell me the scenario, and then I'm supposed to like interact with that scenario, and I've been doing it. It's kind of fun, but I haven't been as committed to it as I think I should be. Like Sunny had asked me to draw a map. Well, I thought I did start to draw a map, but I didn't complete it. Anyways, I'm going to draw a map and just kind of put everything where I think it should go. Like, there's going to be a bonfire. There's going to be a sweat lodge. There's going to be a theater for to bring back community and storytelling and music from locals and indigenous peoples to come and do sound baths and whatever, all kinds of cool stuff there. So, and it's okay if all this ever is a make-believe, because this is such a dark time in history. I think just feeling joy and expressing joy from inside my being is how I can give back. And it's giving back in an infinity loop, like giving to myself love and engagement, which is going to give these beings who are teaching me a return of love and engagement, and the universe. I'm interacting with love, joy, and engagement. And anyways, I don't know what my hands are doing, but they're doing this infinity loop, and it feels good. So, um, also, what Sunny's been talking about is for thousands of years, we haven't been giving our bodies back to the dust, like ashes to ashes, dust to dust. And he's saying this is affecting our DNA because we are created out of the dust. Our bodies are. Everything that our bodies are has been pulled out of the nature here, the elements here on this planet. And he's telling me, oh, girl, look at this girl. I put the camera on her cat stand. Anyways, for thousands of years, civilizations are finding ways. Modern civilizations are finding ways to not give any bodies back, any human bodies back to the dust, and it is affecting our bodies. Anyways, what else has he been telling me? Oh yeah. So the Bigfoot have been coming in my dreams, and one who came, he told me his full name, and he's an adult, he's a big one, and I just call him Rip, and like his middle name is Ripley, and his first name is French, it's Malheur, and his last name is Black Rock, and he's of English and French descent. Anyways, he was showing me there was these two bodies of water. They almost look man-made, or they were stripped of woods and trees and bushes and shrubs, everything. They were stripped of everything in the surrounding area, and there was no vegetation growing at all in these two reservoirs. Oh, if you can hear that, that's the neighbors. Anyways, and he goes down into the water, and I didn't want to follow him into the water, like, so I just stayed up on the bank and I watched, and he went into the water and explained that he was having a bowel movement, and how this was fertilizing the bottom of the pond so that new vegetation would start growing there and spread out and repopulate the vegetation there. In this dream, my daughter was there also, and she was pooping in there too. And I was like, oh, because my daughter, I can't even talk about these things around my daughter. And but she's not into Bigfoot or anything spiritual like that. She's got her own set of stuff, her own belief systems, which I encouraged her to do. From a very young age, so she's in her own reality. She hates mine. I don't mind. I don't care about hers. She can have hers, but she does not like mine. So I was very surprised to see her there in that dream. And then there were some young teenage boys who saw this happen, and they ran into the this little like village that was there nearby, and told all the guys who worked there. It's almost like they were loggers. They kind of had that mentality going on. And because I used to live by them up in Northern California, and yeah, so they're intense. And so I decided, I knew like intuitively that this is what they had gone to do, to tell on us for what we were doing there. So I knew that I had to go communicate with these people. And all of a sudden this man shows up, and he's going with me, like he's my support, and we're going there. And by the time we get there, he's deciding what he's going to say, and I'm like, you're not even in this. You weren't there. You weren't told these things uh, by Ripley. And I don't even know why you think you're going to talk to these people about it, because this is my, I mean, I appreciate your support, but this is mine to do. And so, like, I stood up. There was like this dock at this back of the building, like a loading dock at the back of this building. I was standing on it, and just a few guys, like a few loggers, kind of gathered around. I started talking, and then all of a sudden a whole lot of people came in. And so I was like, all right, here we go. And so that was interesting, because like my whole life theme has been authority figures, and especially male patriarchal mentality guys, like have constantly showed up to shut me down throughout my whole life. um, which is why I stopped um, going into romantic relationships. And it's not that I'm not open to it. Like, I'm open to it. I definitely don't go looking for it. And then when I have had interactions, like the last interaction that I had, I'm paying attention to everything. I didn't like the way his scent. I didn't like the way he smelt. And I thought I was having a PTSD episode with him. But I'm convinced now after everything that it was just very strong intuition.